back and show that they put in the most work. Just talk about what you've done for yourself and to be able to come out and earn this and then show everyone what you're capable of.
I mean, first off, it was a process. And to be honest, before I say anything, I just really owe it all. I owe it all to the men upstairs. I just want to thank God for this opportunity. He's blessed me with a lot of opportunities, and he definitely was with me tonight. He's been with me for a long time. And I want to thank my family for their consistent support, and that's something that goes into it as well, and especially this coaching staff. These guys are amazing. But just going home, like you said, yeah, you can find tendencies to fall away from what you're trying to do, and it is a separator. You got to be dedicated to what you're doing and being committed to it. And I mean, for me, just going home, I knew my plan was to come back and be in the best shape and best mound presence-wise for the guys in the locker room. And that's all my plan was when I went home. I said, I'm going to do everything I can to be the best when I get back so I can put these guys in a position to win every night.
When you lose weight like that, sometimes there's a concern where you lose power. But yeah.
No, that's a really good question. A lot of times that a lot of people talk about that. They say, if you lose mass, mass equals gas. If you lose it, you still have it, things like that. I think it really just depends upon the person, and there are some cases where that stuff does happen. But I feel like in my case, it helped me, kind of freed me up. I think about it, I've lost close to 40 pounds, and somebody put it in perspective for me. They said take two 20-pound dumbbells and just hold them at your hips, and just imagine like that's what you've taken off your body. So it was like, that actually it frees up a little bit of momentum.
How did it feel to be the ace, go out there in front of 11,000 fans at the box, and be the first guy to lead this team off?
I don't know about that. Ace. I mean, we're one game at a time, but it was a blessing to get to go out there and throw tonight. And I'm uber happy for these guys. I mean, they're unbelievable. The dedication and hard work these guys are putting on the field daily it's unmatched. I mean, just long days, long hours, and these guys keep coming back to the park with the same amount of energy. And tonight it showed. Early we kind of struggled, but we stayed with the plan and stayed committed to it. And later in the innings, you saw 3 in one spot, 3, 3, 5. I mean, just these guys put up consistently good ABs, and one good at bat after the next, one good at bat after the next leads to a new guy getting an opportunity to put one in the gap. And I mean, these guys are it's tremendous.
What was working so well for you tonight?
Do what?
What was working so well for you tonight?
Just competing. Just compete. That's really all I like to think about. Not even really think about, but just a lot of the guys like behind me, like JT and K. Doty and Collar Cranford for sure. When they're out there, they'll say stuff like "keep coming," and to me, it's just like, just keep going. Got the foot on the gas, might as well put it all the way down. And I just love competing, and everybody on the team loves competing. So I think it works for all of us when we compete at this level every day and compete with the energy that we bring to the field. I think it's good for everybody that's in the clubhouse.
Obviously, you pitch with a lot of emotion, and Coach Johnson really talked about you maturing and being able to handle that emotion and knowing when to let it out. Just, I guess, talk about your growth as in the emotional department of being a good pitcher and being able to let out some of those emotions throughout the game.
That's a good question. The game's really emotional. I actually made a comment in the dugout, probably the third or fourth inning, and I was like, man, people say watching baseball is like watching paint dry. It's really not. I mean, it's really exciting, But no, that is something that has to be in check all the time. Because if you let emotions get the best of you, you can't really focus on the task at hand. It's something that he's really preached, and some guest speakers that we've had to come in. We talk about 15-second increments of being able to take a deep breath, restart, and then just stay on the task at hand. And I think that's something that's been really beneficial for a lot of the guys in the clubhouse. And I think it equates to a lot of good guys being able to put up good ABs, guys being able to compete pitch after pitch. It puts that one pitch at a time mentality in there. And something that we talk about, I think a lot of the guys take advantage of, is after you have that really big moment and the crowd's going and you show the emotion, that's great. Everybody loves it, right? But then you got to be able to stop, sit down, get a drink of water, regroup, and then you got to realize, hey, we're on to the next one. So I think that's just the biggest separator for the guys right now, is we're doing a really good job of being in the moment, being happy for our guys, and then when it's time to reset and re-go, we're ready to do it.
One of those, your emotion came out at a particular moment after the pickoff.
Mm-hmm.
Why was that so kind of important to you to get that out, and sort of what was the strategy behind that?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I picked somebody off. I just felt electric. Because normally they say right-handed pickoff moves, not as good as a lefty, you're not going to get as many guys, and so on and so forth. And, you know, it's something that we take pride in when we're doing our work. Like, hey, we got picks and play, we run our stuff, and we try and execute it the best we can. And when you do it at practice all the time, you know, and you're working on it, and you think, like, does this really matter? Like, am I going to have to use this? And then, yeah, obviously you're going to have to use it. Don't take that the wrong way, but you're going to have to use it. But when you get in the game and then you just have success with it, you're like, boom, that work it's showing, things like that. So it was exciting because I thought the pitch was a little close that he walked on, so I was a little irritated by the walk, but to pick him off, it was just as good as getting him out first time for me, so it was exciting.
All the work you did in the off season, losing weight, getting better, and then now you're the Friday night starter for the opening game. What's that feeling like, and does it feel like, you know, all the hard work is paying off?
I feel blessed. That's really what it is. Just overwhelming like support day in and day out, and it was an extremely long process to get here. And that's the thing, like you say that to start on opening night, this is a weekly thing. You got to continue to earn it week in and week out. This game can change quick, and I think a lot of the guys know that, but it's extremely important to just stay committed to the process. And that's something that we've tried to do our best at, especially this year with this group of guys, is just being committed to the process more than the result. Results are great, everybody loves them, but you really got to fall into the process. You really got to, like for me, it was just being, you know, your back's against the wall and you have nothing to do but to get in shape. And for me, that was being grounded and like working out, doing the things that nobody really wants to do, waking up and going for that run, you know, saying no to maybe the second plate of food. So it was just little things like that that you have to take into consideration, especially when you're doing it for the betterment of those guys in there. You know, I wouldn't be able to cut corners day in and day out and then look those guys in the eye and say, yeah, I gave you everything I had. That would just, I'd be lying, and I don't lie. Never really lied. But no, it's just like that's a really good question. It's been a process and it's been a journey, and I'm super thankful to be here, and especially with the man's help upstairs. I mean, he's blessed me with a lot of opportunity, and he's you know, he knows everything before it happens, and he hit me the adversity early, and he gave it to me, and he helped me through it. He didn't abandon me, and just overwhelming support from my parents, my brothers and sister. I got 2 younger brothers and an older sister. Both my little brothers play baseball. And when this happened and I ended up getting sent home, and I'm looking at everything that's going on, a lot of people ask, like, why this, why that, why me? It was like, hey, dude, you just got punched in the stomach. You got 2 brothers that look up to you. How you respond is going to make the difference. So I wanted to make sure that I put on a good role model for those boys, for my little brothers, so that they know, like, hey, you hit adversity, times get tough. You don't have to just roll the dice and just give in, you know, throw the towel in. You just got to stay with the process. You got to keep going, and then you chip away. And at the end of it, you can have some good, you can have some bad. You know, I think Skip Berman said it best one day. He said, you can do everything right. You can hit all the time. You can get the extra work in, and you can have the perfect swing, and you can still fail. And the dude who does nothing can go 3 for 3 with 3 home runs in a game. It's just a random game of luck is what he calls it, and he's not wrong. It's kind of what it is. So it's been awesome.
Is this a new cowboy hat?
Oh, yeah, I got it for my birthday. Did get it for my birthday. My old one kind of grew out of it, but my mom sent it down here for my birthday, and it's really nice. It's really cool. I actually found out, since it's like cloth, they have like a sponge that you can like get the lint off with. I had no idea. It's so cool. I mean, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. She got it for me for Christmas in my stocking. I was like, this is unreal. Like, I'm just cleaning it away now, so it's really cool.
All right. Do you want me to?
Oh, man, this is great. Anybody have any more questions?
I got one quick thing. Baseball has just grown so much lately within the modern years of like players sort of exuding their confidence and showing their swagger. You obviously had it going on tonight with your strutting off the mound after a strikeout. It's great. How much does that feed into your competitiveness, and like just how much do you feed into that confidence boost? No, it does. It plays a factor. This game it's a mental game, and you want to be on top of that at all the time. And I feel like when you're prepared for the moment, when you put in the work and you're ready to go, I feel like when you're one thing after the next, the emotion feeds off of emotion. You know, like this park's electric. The crowd was crazy, right? So you put the crowd in with a little bit of adrenaline, and then you focus on execution. It just feeds into the emotion of the game, and then that positive emotion it rolls over to the next inning, and then just guys like one hit here, one hit there,
dugout goes crazy, you get a little bit of energy, it all just feeds on top of each other. So I think it's really important to have, that confidence. You don't want cockiness, but confidence is key, and a lot of people will tell you that. If you're not confident in what you do, I feel like you can struggle from time to time.
What was Coach Johnson's demeanor tonight, and how was that sort of different than Coach Manier's?
I wouldn't say there was much difference between the two. Obviously, they're two different people, so there is a little bit of difference. But I mean, Coach Maneri was just, he was intense. He was on the top rail. He was, making game time decisions and things like that when he had to make them. And Coach Johnson's the same way. I mean, he's locked in every pitch of the game. He's not letting anything slip. He's always thinking, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. So it puts us in a good position to be successful. He's thinking about things that haven't happened yet, And you're like, well, how does he know this is going to happen? It's just, he's locked in. And he stays locked in from pitch 1 to the final out. So it's truly amazing.
How much has Jason Kelly helped you with that confidence you were talking about, and just how much with your progress has he helped?
Tremendously. A lot of confidence, I think, stems from, belief of other people. And JK has done an amazing job of just coming in here with this group of guys and just filling everybody up with confidence. I mean, it's just the way he's gone about it's been insane, and we're forever grateful for it. I mean, I think everybody on the staff will tell you up front that we love him to death. I think that he's truly one of a kind, and he's going to shoot it to you straight. I think that's something that makes him, who he is. He's never going to cut corners with you or lie or beat around the bush. He's going to tell you straight up, like, hey, here's what I see, here's what it is. If you do good, he's going to say you do good. If you do bad, he's going to pull you aside and say you did bad. And then he's going to build you up, not necessarily break you down always, but it's really good. He instills that confidence, and I mean, I think my last inning, he told me I had the 7th, and he said this is the last one. And then when I got 2 outs, I look over in the dugout, and he's like, hey, let's go, let's get the last one. I'm like, hey, like that's just, it's nice to see that from the mound. You're like, hey, we're gonna get the last one. Here we go. You get really excited. So no, it's really cool.
We talked about the emotions throughout the game, but the one I'm most interested in that you have to recover from quickly. First pitch comes off your hand, then comes off the bat.
Oh yeah.
Talk us through that.
Yeah, no, it was. Well, we kind of knew early that he's an aggressive hitter. He's looking for the first pitch heater, and he's trying to hit it 500 feet. And I don't blame the guy. I mean, I would be doing the same thing if I hit, but there's a reason why I don't. He's obviously good at hitting it. But I knew right away he was going to be aggressive. And did I think he was necessarily going to be on time? I'm not going to say yes or no, but he hit it, and I was like, okay, let's see how big the field plays tonight. And then I saw Dylan; he was underneath it, so I was like, all right, sweet, that's cool. We're gonna rock. But no, it was good. After it happened, I was like, hey, 1 pitch, 1 out. Like it's better than throwing 10. So 1 pitch, 1 out was quick results. So that was important.